Hey guys, what is going on? In this video, we're talking about Instagram and we're talking about the new updates that happened in January, which is right now. Basically the stuff that changed in the algorithm so that you guys are successful at Instagram and you don't have things happen to your account like getting shadow banned. Instagram is always changing their algorithm, and it's something that as a content creator we have to be aware of, because the more that they change the algorithm and how it works, the less people are seeing our photos and our engagement goes down, and it completely changes how we have to manage and work within Instagram. We're at the mercy of them and whatever they make changes to in the algorithm. So we need to be aware of what changes are being made so that we can make the best choices possible when we're posting and when we're engaging with our followers. I've heard of plenty of horror stories of people being shadow banned or, their accounts being deleted. There's a lot of stuff going on. So guys, let's get into what the changes are in the algorithm so that you know what's going on and you don't do some of the things that will get you banned. So when you post, only 10% of your following might potentially see that post. And what Instagram is doing is basically, if you have high engagement on the post right out of the gate, then it's gonna show it to the other 90% of your following. So if your post has very little engagement, there's a good chance that only 1/10 of your following will ever see that post to begin with. So if your following is not actively engaged with you, if a bunch of your followers are like bots or just BS, there's a good chance that your post is never gonna get seen by anyone that actually matters. Okay, let's talk about Comet Pods. I did a video on this a while back and I took that video down because Comet Pods are now a bad thing. So a lot of people have been doing these Comet Pods where you get a group of people together. When you post a photo, everyone goes on and comments on each other's photos. Well, Instagram's not stupid, so they're well aware of what Comet Pods are. They've basically been shadow banning accounts that are using Comet Pods. So what shadow banning means is that your account may seem completely normal, but nobody's seeing your posts, nobody's seeing anything that you're doing on your account. Basically, you're banned, but you're not aware that you're banned. So your engagement will completely drop off, your likes will drop off. It sucks, and there's nothing that you can do about it if Instagram shadow bans you. So you want to do everything possible to stay within the terms of Instagram, because if they shadow ban you, you end up getting screwed. Things like Comet Pods, you can't do anymore. So just stop doing your Comet Pods if you're a part of them. Another thing that's going around is that Instagram is restricting your post if you're not responding quick enough. So if you have comments on a photo, you need to respond to them within 60 minutes or your post visibility might gradually decrease. So you have to be actively engaged as a real person. If someone's commenting, make sure you comment back. Don't wait a few days. Everything is kind of immediate in Instagram. Like, you need to be an active person engaged with your following. You can't just be a bot. And speaking about bots, so you know about all those comments that you get that are like, nice, awesome, cool, bro. Basically, there's a lot of bots out there that are just commenting all over accounts. Instagram is taking notice of that, and those aren't actually counting as engagement anymore. So if you're getting a ton of bot comments, that doesn't count as engagement. Instagram is taking more notice of this, and what they're doing is they're banning all these accounts that are bots, or they're trying to. But something for us as the creators is, if you have a ton of that stuff on your accounts, that doesn't mean anything. You need real people commenting, and you need real people actively engaging to count as engagement so that your post gets seen by more of your following. Okay, something to help your engagement and to help you get seen is use your stories. Stories are helping you out in the algorithm so that if you're posting more stories, you're gonna get more eyeballs to your account and more people to see your photos. So you need to take advantage of all the features that Instagram offers. So not only posting photos, but also posting stories. Okay, so 30 hashtags was kind of like the main thing that everyone's been doing to get actively seen. There's been talks about that this is considered spammy or turning into spam and you could get shadow banned. Pull yourself away from posting 30 hashtags now and use maybe 5. And people that are using less hashtags are getting more engagements. So don't be posting 30 hashtags even though you can. Try to find like 5 that are really key to your photo and post those. Okay, another thing with hashtags is don't use the same hashtags over and over and over. So you need to start switching up your hashtags now and using 5 unique ones per post. If you're using the same hashtag over and over, again, it's gonna look like spam and you're gonna be marked as a bot and you're gonna get banned. You basically don't wanna use the same hashtags over and over. And talking about hashtags, you do not wanna put them in your first comment anymore. So now if you're putting them in your comments, they're not gonna get seen on the hashtags page from my understanding. So you need to put the hashtags now in the body of what it is that you write. So your description now has to have the hashtags in it. And another part going along with the description is once you post that description, hands off, don't touch it, don't edit it, don't add anything, don't delete anything. The more that you try and tweak your settings or tweak your description or tweak your hashtags, it's gonna just drop your visibility. Basically, what you need to do is post your photo with your description, with your 5 hashtags, and just leave it. And that's the end of that. You just, if you wanna repost something or you don't like what you posted, you're either just gonna have to delete it, walk away from that photo, or you're gonna have to just post a new photo. I mean, it's just, it is what it is. The algorithm's changing. They don't want you spamming. They don't want you changing things. They don't want you using all these different tricks now to build your engagement. They want real, active, engaged followers. So to me, it seems like Instagram is just trying to make accounts real followers, real active engagement, get away from spam, get away from the BS that's been building on Instagram in the past year. It's tough because it's limiting us as creators as different ways to build our accounts, to get more eyeballs on our accounts. But it makes sense in the bigger picture because they want real people using Instagram and they want people using it for its main purpose, which is to share photos and to be actively engaged with the world and have a conversation versus just building numbers and building followers. So guys, I have another video on my tips to get 100,000 followers on Instagram. It's basically just how to get more followers on Instagram in general. There is a lot of good stuff in that video talking about photos, your layout, your grid, all these things that actually make a difference, and they're not just spamming techniques. There is one thing in there that I talked about, the 30 hashtags, but like I said, that was the algorithm change. It just is what it is now. So when you're doing hashtags, really come up with 5 key hashtags. And don't just do like the big topics because your photos can get buried immediately unless you're getting a ton of active engagement and you're getting into those top 9 photos. Otherwise, your photo's just gonna get buried in that hashtags. So start thinking of long tail keywords or long tail hashtags. Basically, look at different hashtags that have a decent amount of posts, but ones that aren't like millions where your photo's gonna get buried immediately. You're just gonna have to get more creative with hashtags and you're gonna have to get more creative with finding ways to get your photos seen by new people. At the end of the day, it's more eyeballs on your account, the more followers you're gonna get, the more likes, the more engagement. But the issue is it's getting harder and harder to get those eyeballs. So when you're posting, just make sure you're posting good content, make sure you're posting stuff that people wanna see, write some captions that people wanna read, something that's gonna actively engage with your following, because at the end of the day, you are a real person and it looks like Instagram wants real people to be using their app and not a bunch of bots. All right, guys, I hope this information will help you on your journey in Instagram. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you follow my Instagram at Jeven Dovey. Like I said, the best way to get more followers and more engagement is to get more eyeballs. So go over, check it out. I put a link in the description below. Also in the description below is my link to my other Instagram videos. There's a lot of awesome information in there, a lot of good stuff that you guys need to know. And guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do a lot of awesome camera tutorials, filmmaking tutorials, things around social media like this. I also vlog, I go on adventures with my wife, Rachel. You can check out her Instagram account as well. I put that below. And that is it for this video. I will see you on the next one.